What if the next big AI breakthrough is not about answering faster, but about working longer, thinking deeper, and finishing projects you once thought were impossible?
That is why Claude Fable 5 matters, not because it is just another model launch, but because it points toward a new kind of AI.
An AI that does not simply respond to it.
For years, we treated AI like a smart assistant. Ask a question, get an answer. Give a task, receive a draft.
But Claude Fable 5 is arriving with a very different message. The future of AI is not just conversation. The future is delegation.
Imagine handing an AI a complex software migration, a research project, a financial analysis, or a messy business workflow and not babysitting every step.
That is the promise behind this release. Not magic, not hype, but a serious movement toward long-horizon AI work.
And this is where things get exciting, because Claude Fable 5 is not being positioned as a casual chatbot for quick answers.
It is being positioned as a model for ambitious work, the kind of work that usually requires planning, judgment, patience, and revision.
That changes the question. The question is no longer, can AI help me? The question becomes, what can I now hand off?
This is the real shift. In the old AI era, you used AI like a calculator for words. In the new era, you use AI like a project partner.
And if that sounds dramatic, look at where the model is strongest: coding, analysis, documents, vision, enterprise workflows, and agentic tasks.
Claude Fable 5 is built for demanding reasoning. That means complicated problems, long instructions, multiple constraints, and tasks that do not resolve in one simple step.
This matters because real work is messy. Real work has exceptions, contradictions, unclear requirements, missing information, and unexpected failures.
A normal chatbot can give you an idea, a more advanced model can help write a plan, but an agentic model aims to push the work forward.
And that is why developers, founders, creators, analysts, and businesses are watching this release closely.
Because when AI gets better at long projects, it does not just save.
A solo founder can build faster, a small agency can deliver more, a creator can prototype tools, a developer can migrate old systems.
A researcher can analyze deeper, a finance team can process documents faster, a product team can move from idea to prototype in days.
This is the motivational part that people underestimate. Better AI does not only replace effort, it unlocks ambition.
Think about the projects you delayed because they look too big: the app idea, the automation, the dataset, the redesign, the business system.
Claude Fable 5 represents the kind of AI wave that says maybe that project is not too big anymore.
But before we get carried away, let's be clear, this is not a free pass to stop thinking. The best users of powerful AI will not be lazy users. They will be precise users, strategic users, people who know how to direct intelligence.
Because stronger AI increases your leverage, but it also increases the cost of vague instructions.
So the future belongs to people who can define outcomes, set constraints, review results, and know when something actually works.
That is the new skill, not just...
Now let's talk about the biggest keyword around Claude Fable 5, long horizon work.
Long horizon work means the task does not end after one response. It requires steps, memory, tools, checks, corrections, and sum.
For example, building a feature from scratch is not just writing code, it is understanding the product, the design, the database, and the edge cases.
It is creating the first version, testing it, finding bugs, fixing them, checking the interface, and making sure nothing else broke.
That is where agentic AI becomes powerful, not because it knows one thing, but because it can move through a chain of work.
Claude Fable 5 is being framed as a model that can handle deeper workflows with more autonomy and less constant supervision.
And if that becomes reliable, the impact is huge because many people do not lack ideas, they lack execution capacity.
They know what they want to build, they know what they want to improve, they know the problem, they just cannot move fast enough.
AI models like this are attacking that bottleneck. They are pushing the world from "I wish I could build this" to "let's try it today."
That is not just productivity, that is creative acceleration. Now, one of the biggest areas affected is software development. Claude Fable 5 is clearly being aimed at ambitious coding projects.
Not just simple scripts, not just small functions, we are talking about complex implementations, migrations, multi-stage builds, and autonomous coding sessions.
This matters because coding is where AI agents can show visible progress. You can test the output, you can run it, you can inspect it.
If the model writes code, checks its own work, responds to errors, and keeps improving the result, the workflow becomes very different.
The developer becomes less like someone typing every line and more like an architect directing a fast technical team. That does not make developers irrelevant. It makes strong developers more powerful because they can judge architecture, quality, security, and trade-offs.
The weak version of the story is AI writes code. The stronger version is AI changes the role of the builder.
You move from manual execution to technical leadership, from typing every brick to designing the building.
And this is where many people will get scared, because every major tool shift creates fear before it creates opportunity.
But the people who adapt early usually do not wait for permission. They experiment, they learn, they build small projects, they test workflows. Claude Fable 5 is a reminder that AI literacy is becoming practical literacy, not optional, not futuristic, practical.
If you work with code, content, documents, data, operations, finance, research, marketing, or product, this matters to you.
Because the question is not whether AI will touch your work. The question is whether you will use it before your competitors do.
Now let's talk about context. Claude Fable 5 comes with a massive context window. That means it can handle much larger inputs.
Why does that matter? Because real projects are not tiny. A larger context window means the model can see more of the problem at once, more background, more constraints, more relationships. For creators, that could mean full scripts, brand guidelines, content calendars, research notes, and video structures in one workflow. For developers, it could mean bigger code context. For analysts, more documents. For businesses, more operational detail. But again, more context does not automatically mean better results. It means better potential if you structure the input well. The best AI users will become information architects. They will know how to package context, define tasks, and guide the model toward useful output. This is a huge mindset shift. Stop thinking of AI as a box where you throw random text. Start thinking of AI as a powerful engine. And like any engine, it performs better when the fuel is clean and the direction is clear. Now, let's talk about vision. Claude Fable 5 is also positioned for working with diagrams, charts, tables, files, and visual material. This is important because much of the world's knowledge is not neatly written in paragraphs.
It lives inside dashboards, screenshots, PDFs, invoices, technical diagrams, financial statements, UX designs, and confusing tables.
When AI gets better at understanding visual information, it becomes more useful in real business environments.
It can help compare a design against an implementation. It can inspect a chart. It can reason over a table. It can understand documents visually.
That is where AI moves from text assistant to work assistant.
And if you create content, this opens another door. You can use AI to analyze thumbnails, scripts, trends, visuals, and audience patterns.
The creator who understands AI will not just make more content, they will make smarter content, faster, with better testing.
Now, there is another side to this story, safety.
Claude Fable 5 comes with safeguards, especially around sensitive areas like cybersecurity, biology, and chemistry. Some requests may be declined or routed to another Claude model. That is not a small detail. It is part of the product design.
And this is where the debate begins, because the more capable AI becomes, the more serious the safety question becomes.
A weak model is annoying when it makes a mistake. A very powerful model can create real risk if misused.
So Anthropic is trying to balance access with caution, give people stronger tools, but limit the most dangerous uses. Some users will see this as responsible. Others will see it as restrictive. Both reactions are understandable. But here is the bigger point. Every frontier AI release is now also a governance event. We are no longer only asking, how smart is the model? We are asking, who gets access, under what rules, and with what limits? That question will define the next phase of AI as much as benchmarks will.
Now, let's separate hype from reality. Claude Fable 5 will not magically solve every problem. No model does.
It can still misunderstand, it can still require review, it can still produce work that looks confident but needs verification. So, the smartest approach is not blind trust, it is structured trust. Give the model clear goals, ask for assumptions, request tests, demand verification, review outputs, use fallback plans. In other words, do not use powerful AI like a toy. Use it like a junior team that works incredibly fast but still needs leadership. That is the sweet spot. AI does the heavy lifting. You provide direction, taste, responsibility, and final judgment. Now let's make this practical. How should you think about Claude Fable 5 if you are a creator? Use it to turn one idea into a full content system: scripts, hooks, titles, thumbnail concepts, shorts, newsletters, and publishing calendars. Use it to analyze what your audience cares about. Use it to test angles. Use it to transform research into stories people can understand. But do not let it erase your voice. Your experience, your humor, your taste, your point of view, that is the difference.
AI can multiply your output, but personality still builds the audience.
If you are a developer, think bigger than code completion. Think project delegation. Ask it to map the architecture. Ask it to identify risks. Ask it to write tests. Ask it to inspect the result against the goal. Use it for migrations, refactoring, debugging, documentation, and prototypes, but keep your review process strong.
The best developer using AI is not the one who accepts everything. It is the one who reviews faster and ships smarter.
If you are a business owner, think about workflows. Where does your team repeat the same thinking every week?
Reports, customer messages, internal documentation, lead qualification, market research, data cleaning, project planning. These are AI opportunity zones. Claude Fable 5 is a signal that AI is moving deeper into these workflows. And the companies that win may not be the biggest companies, they may be the fastest learners. Small teams with AI can start behaving like larger teams. That is the economic shock hidden inside these model releases.
When intelligence becomes more available, execution speed becomes a competitive weapon.
But there is a warning here. Tools do not create strategy, they accelerate strategy. If your business is confused, AI can help you move faster in circles. If your goals are clear, AI can help you move faster forward.
So before asking which model should I use, ask what system am I trying to improve?
That is the practical lesson. Do not chase every AI trend blindly. Convert AI news into experiments.
Take one workflow, one project, one bottleneck, then test whether a frontier model can reduce.
The winners of the AI era will not be people who watched every launch. They will be people who turned launches into leverage.
Now, let's talk about the emotional side, because AI progress can feel overwhelming. Every week there is a new model, a new tool, a new benchmark, a new promise, and a new reason to feel behind. But here's the truth. You do not need to master everything. You need to stay curious and build repeatable habits.
Test one tool, build one small project, automate one task, improve one workflow, then repeat. That is how you keep up with AI, not by panicking, by practicing.
Claude Fable 5 is not just a model release. It is a reminder that the ceiling is moving.
Tasks that felt too complex last year may become normal this year. Projects that needed a full team may start with one person and an AI agent.
That does not mean everyone wins automatically. It means the opportunity window is open for people willing to learn.
And maybe that is the most important message of this entire moment. AI is becoming more capable, but your role is not disappearing, your role is changing.
You are not just the person doing the work, you are the person choosing the work, directing the system, and deciding what quality means.
Claude Fable 5 points toward a world where ambition gets cheaper, experiments get faster, and small teams can attempt bigger things.
That is exciting, that is uncomfortable, and that is exactly why you should pay attention. Because the future will not wait until you feel ready. The tools are arriving now. So do not just watch the AI revolution from the sidelines. Pick a project, test the tools, build something real.
Use AI to think bigger, move faster, and learn deeper, not because the machine replaces you, but because it expands what you can attempt.
Claude Fable 5 may not be perfect, no model is, but it is another step toward a world where ideas move closer to execution.
And in that world, the most dangerous sentence is not, AI will take my job.
The most dangerous sentence is, I will learn it later.
Because later is when everyone else has already tested, adapted, automated, and built momentum.
Start now. Stay curious. Stay sharp. Learn the tools before the tools reshape your industry without you.
This is Scribbleshock AI, where we turn AI chaos into simple, visual, useful stories.
If you want more updates on AI tools, breakthroughs, risks, and real-world opportunities, subscribe and follow the next wave before it becomes normal.
Because the future is not coming quietly. It is being written, tested, automated, and launched, one model at a time.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more amazing AI content and tutorials. See you in the next video.